After you've done a indexation analysis for your site when doing a site audit, the next thing that you want to look at is accessibility. So again, we're using the outside in, inside out methodology, and really we're looking at the left-hand side here, the learning the project or doing a site audit of that site. After we have assessed that the pages can be indexed and are actually available for being viewed by the search engines and delivered in the search result pages, then we want to look at accessibility. Are the pages actually able to be navigated to by a user? So I have done a search, I can find a link within the search results, and then if I click on that link, does it actually take me to the page, or is there something wrong with that page that makes it so that I can't view the content on that page? And that is really the accessibility layer. So once we've done the indexation assessment, then we do the accessibility assessment. And so the questions we're asking here are page errors blocking traffic? Are there any site errors, things at the server level? We also disallowed anything from the crawlers. So a couple of things that we can look at that are pretty easy. You don't really need access to the site to be able to do this. The first one is checking the robots.txt file. Now the robots.txt file, as you can see over here, is just simply instructions. It's a plain text file that exists for the website, and it's instructions for the crawler. So when a search engine is indexing a site, it sends out a crawler, and that crawler looks at all the different pages and then says, all right, these are the pages and these are the URLs and this is the content, and then it saves that and will display those in search results. These are the instructions for that crawler when it gets to the site. And the attributes associated with the robots.txt file include user agent. So in this case, the user agent refers to the crawler. So if there's a star, it means all crawlers. It could say user agent Google or user agent Rogerbot if it was for Moz. And so in this case, it says all crawlers, all agents approaching this site, here's your instructions. You are allowed to go through these file paths, right? So research tools, OSE, and then wildcard sign, etc. So we have our allows and we have our disallows. And the disallows are, you are not allowed, do not go and index these pages. That doesn't mean that things that are in this file structure, so moz.com/research/tool/OSE, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. It just means that the instructions here are to not index any pages that are further along this file path. And then also you can include sitemaps, which help the search engine sort of quickly understand what the structure of the site is and where the pages exist. So you want to check the robots.txt file, and what you want to make sure is to say if there's a big difference between the number of indexable pages, or if there's something that's inhibiting traffic to the site, then what you want to look at is see whether or not anything has been disallowed. And sometimes people will disallow portions of their site that actually have subfolders that they want to have viewed. So just make sure that there's not a really huge robots.txt file and there's not a lot of strange disallow stuff that's going on. And you can see here that we have a guide to robots.txt files. So you want to make sure those pages are accessible. The next thing you can do is using the site crawl, so the Moz Pro site crawl in a campaign, and then you go to the site crawl tab. You can see that there's these different issues here, right? High priority, medium priority, low priority, and those are listed down here. And so what you want to look for is you want to look for things like server errors. That is, there's something wrong with the server and it's making it so that I can't navigate to the website. 400 series client errors. So this is maybe I've moved a page, or the URL that I've indexed is not correct exactly. I've made a typo, or there's some kind of issue with it. So there's maybe 400 series errors. And then also sometimes we'll show things like search engine blocked by robots.txt. So if for some reason a website has a search engine blocked, that'll show up here. And then also sometimes temporary redirects can be those issues as well. But you'll want to look for things that are high priority issues, crawl attempt errors, 500 series server errors, client errors, whatnot. Anything that could be blocking traffic to the site, most likely within these high priority issue areas. And those will help you understand whether or not there's any accessibility issues associated with this particular site.